Doug McConnell, realityme.net, and thanks to Clout, we're going to try Zatarain's new jambalaya pasta dinner mix. I love Zatarains. I used to live in New Orleans. Good stuff. Love jambalaya, but this is different. Instead of having the rice, it's got pasta. So we're going to cook this. The instructions are really easy. We're going to heat up some oil in a 12-inch skillet. We're going to add in some sausage. Got some sausage here. It costs for a pound. This is 14 ounces. I'm a meat lover. We're going to go ahead and double it. So we're going to go overboard on the sausage. And then we're going to stir in the water and mix the pasta dinner mix that's in the box. Boil it. We're going to reduce it, cover it, and let it stand for 5 minutes. Now, just to make it interesting, since it is a jambalaya, I went ahead and got some shrimp to go with it. So this is just some little salad shrimp, so that should add a little bit to it. That's just my personal preference. That's not even listed on the box. So the next step, it calls for cooked sausage. I'm going to go ahead and put these on the grill for a little bit, and then we're going to come back and make all this happen. Just for fun, we're going to add some lobster tail to the meal. And to prepare these, we're going to grill them tonight with butter. And so what we're going to do with our lobster tail is we're going to actually cut it with some cooking shears right down the center here. This is going to give us the ability to baste it with the butter, as well as make it easier to get the meat out after it cooks. So there's one lobster tail. Oh, this is a nice one. We're just cutting right down the back right there. And one more lobster tail. You cook these, you can broil them, you can steam them, you can grill them. And basically what you do with the lobster tail is you, just like a shrimp, you're going to cook it 7 to 10 minutes until the meat's nice and pink. We've got a person in the family that pretty much eats only red meat, so tonight we're going to have a little bit of steak.
Oh, Daddy, Amy and I need to have dinner time.
Seasoned with Old Bay seasoning. Satisfy some of the smaller mouths in the house. We're actually going to have some of this macaroni, Kraft macaroni cheese dinner. And not a favorite of mine, and I won't get into that, but it is a favorite of the kids. And what we do with this is we grill up some hot dogs, and we'll cut the hot dogs into the shape of an octopus. You run a knife vertically through the hot dog and it creates legs. You put some little eyes on it. You put it on the rocky sea of macaroni and cheese. So we're going to get this going because this takes a little bit of time. 6 cups of water. We need to bring that to a boil. In the meantime, we're going to check on the meat that's on the grill. Next thing we want to get going is some broccoli crowns. We've taken some fresh broccoli and we're going to steam it. So, get over here on your water. Get that going really well. Go ahead and cover it up. It really only needs to go 6 or 7 minutes. So this will come together really quickly. Alright, our sausage is ready. I cooked it a little longer than I intended. That's okay. Now we're going to cut it into 1-inch pieces to go in the skillet. So we're going to put a tablespoon of oil in here. Roughly that. We're going to heat it on medium-high heat. Mac and cheese is ready to be drained. Save your pan. All right, so we've drained our noodles. We return them to the pan. And we're going to cut in real quick here and put in our 2 cups of water. No, just walk in here and do what you got to do, right?
Okay. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Dude, just walk in the kitchen and do what you got to do.
It smells like bacon.
Well, it's the same animal. Okay, and the pasta dinner mix gets put in now. In a nice bag. In the meantime, we're letting this, we don't want that to get cold, so we're going to grab our butter. And butter. There. All right. Cheese sauce. And all its goodness. And 1/4 cup milk. Stir that together. Next, we're over here stirring water and pasta, bring to boil. So we'll heat that up. Looks like it's already at a boil. Bring to boil, stirring occasionally, reduce it to low and heat. At this point in time, I want to add in my shrimp. Normally you use uncooked. These are already cooked. They're frozen, so I want to get them in there. I like shrimp. I'm going to do too. Two may be too much. I'm going to stir all this together. Okay. So, bring it to a boil one more time. We're going to cover simmer for 10 minutes. Alright, in the meantime, I'm going to come over here and continue to stir this together to melt that butter and mix that cheese sauce together. Coming to a boil. Alright. I took a phone call while I was in the middle of this, so I may have let it cool a little too much. We'll put it on that hot burner just to get that extra kind of little extra heat there. I'm going to stir this up as it boils. Try to get that ice on the shrimp up. There we go. Split those shrimp up. Look at that. That's what it should be looking like. Well, just wasn't all that pretty. His accent was put on, by the way. Alright, there we go. So now we're going to reduce the heat to low, and then we're going to simmer for 10 minutes. I'm going to cover it up with this because I don't have a lid that fits that pan. Alright, that's going set. 10 minutes. That's going to give me enough time to go out on the grill and cook the lobster. Overcooking your veggies is a bad idea. Get them into something like this. I let my coals get a little hot, so I got some black spots on some of the dogs. To do what we're going to do with the octopus, you really should boil the dogs instead of grilling them. I wasn't thinking. So what we're going to do, we've got 26 seconds left on the jambalaya. I'm going to cut up the dogs and like an octopus and put it on the food. Steak was part one of the meal for our carnivore in the house, and that's all he eats. And we have this, our octopus, on top of the ocean with some trees. I'm a little concerned about the lobster tail. My coals were too hot. I may have overcooked these. Overcooking lobster is a bad idea. Then again, undercooking it, it's not a great idea either. So we'll see how this comes out, but the lobster's done. Finally, we want to pull our jambalaya off. And it's looking pretty good. Let's make sure remove from heat, let stand 5 minutes. So we need to, not quite ready, 5 more minutes. It should be thickened now, so what we're going to do is stir it up some. Sure enough, it's looking, smelling really, really good. So put it in a serving dish. Way to call this dinner.